Hey everyone, it's me back with the blog. Sorry it's been another 2 week thing, but we've had so much going on. It's unbelievable. You would not believe the updates and things that have happened. It's all starting to come together. First and probably, well, it is unrelated to the books. The keener, sort of more eagle-eyed of you will probably notice my hair has changed. It's sort of like a sort of. It's supposed to be red berry, but I don't know what kind of berry it's supposed to be. But I quite like it. It dulled down quite a bit. It took on a lovely purple colour, which actually looked quite funky. But that's now, as I say, it's faded due to the amount of washes it's had. But you know, I quite liked it, and hopefully it'll be back to its normal colour in time for MCM, which is shortly after CamCon in May. Planning, I'm not saying it's going to happen, planning on a little bit of cosplay. The character I'm going to keep Stum, only a couple of you will know who that is. But hopefully, like I say, we've got to get CamCon out of the way first. A couple of people, you know who you are. You've said you'll come along and give some support. Hopefully, fingers crossed, please. Not that I'm desperate or anything, but no, it's great to know that a couple of people have said, look, you know, if we can get up to Cambridge, we will definitely come and show support to myself and the other traders and people up there. So that's fantastic. I have only a couple of illustrations. I've been a little bit lazy, and one of them that I was going to show didn't come out so good. But the first one, I suppose, which was my watercolouring magical pencil doobly-what's it thing. It's a wolfie, woo, howling at the moon, woo. I used an amalgamation of two that I saw on the internet. There was one sitting with his head back and one sort of standing with his head down, and I kind of managed to merge them. I'd say doing a silhouette is so easy. It really is. I definitely, if I could do more works like this, I will definitely try and do it. The sky, I'm a little bit upset. I went over it and over it in watercolour, you know, so much, and it still came out looking quite scribbly. You know, but a friend of mine at work kindly sort of said, you know, well, it looks like that famous artist, and you know, sort of, not Picasso. It might have been Picasso, but something very scribbly anyway. She said she quite likes it, and I love how the moon came out as well. You know, and sort of just generally, you know, I'm quite happy with that one. That's the one I tried to do a canvas of. I wasn't going to show the canvas, but it's such an abomination, and it's never going to see the light of day again. I will grab it. Again, obviously it's not finished. I don't want to finish it. He just came out looking totally wrong. You know, even with the light around him, and the moon's obviously not done yet. But he's just, for me, it doesn't look right. Probably people will go, oh, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? I know what's wrong with it. Trust me. I spent nearly 4 hours, well, I suppose about 3 hours on that, and I'm very upset that I've wasted a canvas time and paint on something that, like I say, if I can rescue it, I will obviously rescue it, but he just looks wrong, and he's painted in black, so it's kind of difficult to cover up. The last one, my most recent one, was taken from a reference to a picture I have, sorry. And I just changed the pose slightly. This is Amari, the mountain elf who debuts in the second one. And the third story is kind of like his own story, but this basically describes him down to a T. This is who he is. It's what he is. I'm so happy with how it came out. I don't normally big up my own work, but I just absolutely love how it came out. And the plan is later on to do watercolour over the pencil. As you can see, it's still very scribbly in bits. And once the water touches that, it will go to watercolour, like paint sort of effect, so hopefully that will all look nice and sort of smooth. But it took me ages. The detail on the chainmail, you probably can't really see it on the chainmail, that took me the longest. And the sword, which still to me doesn't look like a sword. I got the angle slightly wrong from the picture I copied, the reference I copied, but when his arm, I've got to sort out his arm there, it sort of vanishes. I don't know, he might have it out at an angle or something. So that's Amari. And the big news, I finally got my refund back on my scooter after much sort of letters and threatening phone calls and solicitors and CAB, and it just got all horribly out of control. However, have a full refund. The money is in the account, and as such, we can now send off 2 new. As you can see, my details are now on the Nielsen form. The agents, the agency for I.S.B.NS, and we have a block of 10. As soon as I send off the form, I'm going to fax it through to them tomorrow. As soon as we send off the form, we'll be able to get I.S.B.NS, which will then allow the Raystone 2, the Darkest Day, and the Kindle version of the Raystone to all actually be. I've been in contact with Lulu about various stuff, including Kindle versions of the books, and they said that's fine, but you must have an ISBN. So now that I actually have the money and I have my form and it's more or less filled in, there's about 2 more pages left which I can do, tonight. Massive stuff. The Raystone has also, I'm still toying with the idea. I cannot settle on the idea of a front cover. I have done a new front cover, and I'm getting a couple of copies sent through, as the ones I was going to send. I don't know if I showed it on my last blog, but the ones I was going to send have the top here. The actual, as you can see, the top of the letters have been chopped off slightly. That's not such a bad one. Which bears the abomination. As you can see, the letters have come off the top. And they said, well, we'd like to try and leave like a margin. If you can resize it, we will send you 2 replacement books as a goodwill gesture. So that's all been sorted, and it's slightly different. I have put fog on there, and I have put some glittery star stuff on there. I'm not sure at the moment whether I'm going to go for it. There's 2 books and I can always change it back. I'll try and put an image here of the 2 to compare at the end, and if any of you want to put in what one you prefer, then please do, because I just cannot decide. So yeah, that's pretty much short and sweet, only a couple of updates, but things are now actually happening, and I've got some more illustrations to get done, and it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be a mad rush, but now that I've actually got Nielsen, sort of just waiting for a form, it's crazy, to actually think that the Raystone 1 is being re-released. The Raystone 2 is now actually going to be available. You'll be able to get it on Amazon, on WH Smith, Waterstones. Just if they don't have it in stock, order it. But I will obviously be letting you know when that happens. It's going to take about 10 days to get the book numbers through. So once that's all sorted, there will be an update on here. So keep them peeled. But in the meantime, I'm going to bid you all adieu. And I'm going to go and record some lines. A friend of mine's doing an animated series for their website, Wesker Realm, and I kind of half volunteered. I've half been asked to do some lines for their little sort of cartoon. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that. So I'm going to be doing that. Again, there will be a link on here when it's all done. So, as I say, Mr. Evans, our lives are in your hands. I can't wait. I'm actually quite excited. It's like, animation, voice stuff. I've always wanted to do voices and stuff, but there we go. Another story for another day. But in the meantime, that's all from me. So take care. More updates, hopefully, of the more sort of important type, if you like, coming up whenever I get them. So until then, bye for now.